everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we're gonna talk about emergency fund. As you can see, it's a rainy day today, and I just decided to film this video because you know that another name for emergency fund is actually rainy day fund. But before we begin, let me introduce myself. My name is Ynell Investing, and this channel is dedicated to making videos that will help people achieve financial freedom. Like most of you, I am just an ordinary person who has an ordinary job with ordinary income, but I try to make sure that I invest my money so that I can grow my money. So I invest and trade in the stock market. I'm also having a small business selling cosmetics. I buy condos, I invest in condos, I also invest in lands, and of course I'm also selling condos. And I learned a lot of things in this journey of investing, and I just want to share to you guys what I learned about investing. So, without further ado, let's go straight to emergency fund. Ano ba talaga tong emergency fund na to? What is an emergency fund? So, an emergency fund is the money you set aside in case of emergency. But the question is, what are those emergencies that probably might happen to us? First kind of emergency usually is medical bills. From time to time, somebody in the family gets sick, and then if you don't have an emergency fund to pay for the medical bills, then you'll be in trouble. Another kind of emergency is car repair. Alam naman natin, we need our car to go to work. But if that car breaks, and so you can't go to work, you need to have that repaired. And if you don't have the money for car repair, then you will be in big trouble. Another kind of emergency is house repair. Especially if you live in the Philippines, there's from time to time typhoon, natanggal yung bubong mo, nasira yung bubong mo, nasira yung bahay mo. And if you don't have an emergency fund, where can you get the money to repair your house? Especially sometimes there are earthquakes too, nakrak yung dingding mo and you need to have it repaired. You need to have an emergency fund for that. And another kind of emergency is job loss. Minsan, kahit hindi naman natin sana gusto, but minsan nawawalan tayo ng trabaho just because maybe our company is cutting down the number of employees, or maybe they declare bankruptcies, or for some reasons, natatanggal ka sa trabaho. And when you lose, if you lose your job, what will happen to you? You cannot feed your family anymore if you don't have that emergency fund. That's why emergency fund is very important. And then, isa pang emergency na nangyayari sa buhay natin is death of a family member. Alam naman natin that's unavoidable, no? And especially if you're an OFW like me, I live far away, and then if somebody in the family dies, you need to buy a plane ticket just to go home, and that's very expensive, and then you have to pay for the funeral expenses. So you really need to have that emergency fund to pay for the expenses. And then another kind of emergency is a global pandemic. Like what is happening right now, the COVID-19 is still here, and a lot of companies are closing down. A lot of people are losing their jobs. Some people they didn't lose their job, but they couldn't work because of the lockdown. And then no work, no pay. So if you don't have any salary, where can you get the money to feed your family? Of course, yeah, you can ask your friends, you can ask your family for help, but isn't it good if you can provide for yourself and you are self-independent and you don't have to depend on other people and depend on the government? It is better for you to help than you being helped in this situation. So the question is, How much? Magkano? Magkano ba yung emergency fund na kailangan mong ipunin in case of emergency? So let's try to look at the amount. Usually they say 3 months is enough, but or 3 to 6 months of your monthly expenses. But you know, the more the better, of course. If you have more money as your emergency fund, it's a lot better. But I suggest 3 to 6 months of your monthly expenses. So, pag sinabi mong monthly expenses, kasama na dun yung kung meron kang mortgage na binabayaran, yung bills na binabayaran mo every month, education ng mga anak mo, or kung ano pa yung pagkain at lahat ng monthly expenses mo. And then, the question is, paano? How are you going to build your emergency fund? Kasi kung wala kang pera ngayon, paano yun? If you need a lot of money right now, where can you, if you find your emergency fund, where will you get that money? So it's not really difficult. So this is the steps to build your emergency fund. First, try to calculate the amount you need. Kung gusto mong 3 months na monthly expenses mo, magkano ba yung 3 months na monthly expenses mo? Or kung gusto mong 6 months, how much is that? And then after that, you're going to decide how much will you save each month para doon sa emergency fund na yon, para makuha mo yung buong amount na kailangan mo for your emergency fund. Magkano ba yung pwede mong maitabi every month for that? It can be for 3 months or 6 months or 1 year. And then once nagawa mo na yon, you can open a separate savings account. Bakit separate? Bakit kailangan naka-separate siya? Kasi pag nakahalo siya sa savings account mo, na baka mamaya madudukot mo siya na wala namang emergency, may nakita kang magandang bag, bibilhin at doon mo kukuhanin sa emergency fund yung pambili. So it's not an emergency. So an emergency fund is only used, you will only use it for emergency. Okay? And then from time to time you should readjust your emergency fund. Kasi kung gusto mo siyang lakihan, or if, for example, you have a new mortgage or nabayad mo na yung mga loan mo at konti na lang yung kailangan mong ilagay sa emergency fund mo, so you need to, from time to time, adjust it. And then, I would suggest that you make use of an automatic bank transfer. So para yung main account mo, kung saan pumapasok yung salary mo, automatic na mata-transfer every time may sweldo ka, mata-transfer na siya dun sa emergency fund na savings account mo. Okay? So always remember, safety first. So if you have an emergency fund, then you are safe. And of course, you can look at your emergency fund from time to time, but please don't touch. And always remember, your emergency fund is different from your investment. So, hindi pwedeng yung emergency fund mo ilalagay mo muna sa investment mo. Hindi pwedeng ibili mo ng stocks yan. So, if you use your emergency fund for investing, you are putting your emergency fund at risk. Paano pag bumaba yung price ng stocks mo? Then you will lose your emergency fund. So, your emergency fund will be lost. So, wag. And please be patient. Create the emergency fund before you start thinking of investing. Wag mo nang mag-invest kung wala ka pang emergency fund. So, the first stage to investment is build your emergency fund first. Don't go straight to investing. There is no rush. And remember, a strong emergency fund will allow you to make better investment decisions. And also, an emergency fund will give you clear thinking. If your investment goes badly in a short term, you still have enough money to live because of your emergency fund. You will be able to wait out the storm. And profits could be in medium and long term. So an emergency fund can give you more time. And also with the emergency fund, you will avoid the FOMO, or the fear of missing out, or putting into getting into high risk investments, and like get rich quick scheme. You know, in the Philippines, ang daming mga scam doon na nangyayari, na they let you put your money there, and then you can double your money in just 3 months, and it's really too good to be true. So if you have an emergency fund, you will avoid this kinds of scams. And always remember that money doesn't grow on trees, and it really takes time, effort, and good planning to grow your money. So always remember, emergency fund equals less stress, yes, and more security. That's the end of today's video. Thank you for watching. Once again, I'm Ynell Investing. If you like this video, please comment down below, and please like, share, and if you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button if you find this video helpful to you and you find value to my channel. And check my channel for more videos about videos all related to the goal of financial freedom. And if you have any questions, please just comment down below. If you want to ask where is this beautiful place I am in, if this is actually a place in Korea, just comment down below, and I will tell you whatever questions I will answer. And if you are interested in condo investment, because like me, I'm a condo investor, if you are interested, please visit my Facebook page. It's called Top Condominiums Philippines. I'm actually an international property sales specialist of the biggest, the largest, the most trusted property developer of the Philippines, SMDC, the good guys. And if you're interested to buy condos, please message me there or message me here. And if you want to be part of my sales team, and you want to be an agent of SMDC, I can help you, and you can be part of my sales team. Please message me down below, or you can message me in my Facebook page, and we can all get rich together. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to stay happy, stay healthy, and stay invested.